Alrighty, let's turn down this background music because after all it is meant to be background music. Top into the live scene, and there we go. So yeah, for those of you who haven't been paying attention to the early bit of chat for this stream, I am going to be brewing up throwing of Eldraine decks for the most part today. I'm going to be getting some ideas because, well, I can now actually announce it. I have been invited to the pre-release event for Throne of Eldraine, which will be taking place on the 24th, I believe, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard, or is it 8 a.m. Pacific Standard? I'll get the banner and I'll post it on the channel so everyone can know, and I'll do a whole announcement about it, you know. But yeah, I just got the email, I think it was yesterday, the day before maybe, letting me know, hey, you're all good to tell everybody. So here we are. I get to play in the pre-release event. So thanks to Wizards for giving me access. As always, they're awesome and fantastic, and I super appreciate having this opportunity, and feel honored that they find my content at least worthy enough to support their game, right? So yeah, first things first, we're going to be going through some of the cards. If I see a card and I just absolutely want to add a deck to it or add a deck from it, we're going to be throwing it over here on my little notepad. As y'all can see, I already have some that are kind of being fleshed out, and this is how I do a lot of my decks whenever I'm going into a pre-release event. I'll see a card or two and I'll just make sure to copy down, you know, the general idea. So Chandra Big Red using Sundering Stroke and Ironcrag Feet. Another deck uses Fire of Innovation, maybe for James. So, you know, very, very simple, very kind of laid back stream. And we're going to be taking a look at all these spoilers, right? Now, one thing to note, I have all of the unofficial spoilers hidden because, you know, I'm a Magic content creator and I know what it's like to have your stuff spoiled. Well, maybe not your content spoiled, right? Because I'm not quite to that point, but I know what it's like just to have maybe a present or a surprise spoiled, right? It's never a good feeling. So I'm gonna try and help out Wizards, and I'm not gonna show any of the unofficial spoilers. If you want to see them, you know, by all means, go look them up yourself. But I'm gonna try and respect the company and only view the spoilers with which they have blessed us. So. What do we have here for the first card? Ironcrag Pyromancer. 3 mana total, 2 in a red mana. Human Wizard, it is a rare card. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, Ironcrag Pyromancer deals 3 damage to any target. And it's a 0/4. 3 damage to any target whenever you draw your second card each turn. So this can only proc once each turn. But it's like 3 free damage every turn if you're in a Wizard's deck, right? Alright, but that's at least interesting enough to jot down, right? Just in itself. Ironcrag, oh, I need to take off bold. I was trying to make it a little bit more organized before I hopped on stream and boldened the titles there. So Ironcrag, Pyromancer, call it, is it Wizards? Wizards. That's better. Alright. Is it Wizards? You gotta have the double Z, you know, because is it Wizards? Anyways. Yeah, and this is just gonna be focused on drawing and all that kind of stuff, so. Next we have Tempting Witch. Tempting Witch is 3 mana, 2 and a black creature. It's a human warlock. It is a common card. When Tempting Witch enters the battlefield, create a food token. Okay, so we have food tokens. At least interaction of food tokens in black. That's nice to see. And then for 2 mana, we can tap and sacrifice a food token, and target player loses 3 life. Okay. You know what? You know what I may do? Well, it may take a little bit of extra time. I kind of want to rank these how I feel about them as far as draft goes, but since all the cards aren't out yet, I feel like it's a bit pointless, so I'll just say my opinion on it. As far as draft goes, I think this card will be fine. 1/3 for 3 mana is not fantastic, but being able to constantly deal damage to your opponent off of vicarious means, you know, vicarious? That's not right. Off of alternative means other than attacking, you know, it's nice. Is it worth throwing in a deck or having a build around deck? No, I don't think so. You know, 3 life is. And it costs 2 mana, and you have to tap it. So it's too costly to try and do a build around. I'm sure you could do a build around, but maybe it'll work into that food stack. Actually, I do have a food stack with giant opportunity. So we'll say maybe. And then what was that card? Tempting Witch? Maybe, you know? You never know. And y'all know these first few decks that I like to build up for the events, I really just want to play as many of the new cards as possible. So moving us on, the Great Hinge. It's gonna be 9 mana total, 7 and 2 greens. It is a legendary artifact. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you can. Okay, the card says creatures. This only says creature, and I'm used to reading over here because some of them aren't in English on the card yet, so, you know, I'm just, anyways, creatures you control. Okay, so if you have, what, a Carney T down, all the Carnage Tyrant's getting rotated, you don't know what I mean. If you have a 7 power creature down, this only costs 2, which is kind of insane. Alright, so the effect, tap, add 2 green mana and 2 life. Wow. That's pretty good. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. Oh my goodness. The Great Hinge. Gonna be fantastic. I believe I already have a deck with this somewhere labeled for it. No? Alright, well, the Great Hinge is getting penciled in for sure. For sure. So there's a lot of different routes we can go with this. So instead of naming it, goodness, this bold, it's gonna kill me. So instead of naming it, you know, Mono Green Stompy and then doing a Gruul one, we're just gonna say the Great Hinge because it's gonna be a subgenre all on its own. And we'll say Mono G Stompy because that sounds fun, right? Sounds like a fun combination to do with it. We'll say Gruul Stompy. Probably be Gruul Stompy. We'll just say Gruul in general. We don't know if it'll be Stompy or aggro or, you know, whatever it may be. It does say non-token, so Selesnya Go Watch strat's not as good. I mean, could you do like a reanimate deck with this? Maybe we'll just call it reanimate. Because again, we don't know if it's going to be Golgari or Sultai or whatever, you know? Might be able to do a reanimate deck with this though. Great Hinge. What a fun card. Alright, this is one of the ones that isn't in English, so we'll be reading from right here. Unexplained Vision. It's going to be 5 mana total, sorcery, and it is a common card. And you get to draw 3 cards. 3 cards, 5 mana. I mean, in draft alone, it won't be bad, right? Adamant, if you spend at least 3 blue mana to pay for the spell, scry 3. Okay, so yeah, definitely not bad in draft. Past that, really good popper card, actually. Really good popper card. 5 mana, scry 3, and draw 3. That's pretty good. Not enough, again, not enough for us to do a whole build around it. This card is not in English either, so Vantress Paladin, 4 mana, is a human knight, common card, flying, adamant. If you used at least 3 mana, 3 blue mana to cast, enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. So it goes from a 2/2 to a 3/3. It's 4 mana. I mean, 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer, that's not bad for draft. 4 mana for a 2/2 flyer is not really ideal for draft. As far as constructed goes, you'll probably not see this card ever, you know, maybe popper. Anyways, Tenacious Knight, 1 black, 1 red, so 2 mana total. It is a rare card, human knight, has menace. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card and loses 1 life. It's a 2/2. Well then, each player draws a card and loses 1 life, so discard decks are going to be having fun with this card, right? Because you're forcing your opponent to draw an extra card, like, during your turn. So as long as it's not an instant speed spell that they can immediately play, or as long as you're playing enough control, I guess, to even counteract it if it is, then this card seems pretty good. Tenacious Knight. Maybe not necessarily a build around, but certainly worth mentioning. Okay, so it is a knight. We'll throw it here in the maybes for the knights, right? Because I don't know if this is necessarily a knight deck kind of creature or if it's just like a discard kind of creature, right? Because just because it's a knight doesn't mean you play in a knight deck. Tenacious knight. We'll just have to remember her, but that's pretty good effect if you're going for discards and all that. Moving us down, we have Fae of Wishes. 2 mana, 1 and a blue. It is a fairy wizard. It is a rare 2 mana. And then the effects read for the sorcery for the adventure. Okay, let me redo that. The adventure, which is a sorcery spell, it is a sorcery speed spell, I guess I should say. You may choose a non-creature card. What? I'm just gonna read it from over here. You may choose a non-creature card you own from outside the game, reveal it, and put it inside your hand. Put it into your hand. Put it inside your hand. Anyways, that's not bad. 4 mana. This is like real good for best of 3s, right? Maybe for Azorius Flyers, figuring out what you want to do. Anyways, and then obviously you can play it to the field for 2 mana, and then its further ability, flying as a 1/4. For 2 mana, discard 2 cards, return Fae of Wishes to its owner's hand. Discard 2 hands. So I guess you could just keep choosing non-creature cards you own from. So Azorius Flyers wouldn't actually be that good, I guess. I don't know. You can expect to see this card somewhere though. Fae of Wishes. Non-creature card. Oh, here's the thing. Do I think this will be a fun card? Somewhere along the lines. Do I think it'll be competitive? Maybe. 4 mana to do that, it's a little slow, so you know, people just may have better solutions, like, you know, playing the non-creature spells in their deck in the first place. Anyways, Shepherd of the Flock. 2 mana, 1 and a white. And the adventure is going to be instant speed. It's only going to cost 1 white mana. The effect reads, return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. That's not bad for an instant speed spell. Target permanent, so you can save planeswalkers, enchantments, artifacts, creatures, lands. That's pretty good. And then 2 mana, you get a 3/1, which is okay. You know, if you're going for like aggro, Boros aggro, mono white aggro, you know, that kind of shenanigans. Maybe even Selesnya aggro could be okay. We'll have to take a look at it as it gets closer. Do I want to? Maybe we add that in a mono white deck. There's just some decks that, like, I don't feel like they're going to be interesting enough to really worry about on the first day, you know? I'm trying to play interesting things, discover new combos, that kind of stuff. Lucky Clover, 2 mana. Artifact, whenever you cast an adventure, instant, or sorcery spell, copy it, you may choose new targets for the copy. Lucky Clover. So this will be in our adventure deck, right? We have an adventure deck somewhere. Oh, I hate it. I thought I already had an adventure deck. We have a food deck. Alright, well, let's get an adventure deck going, right? Everyone needs a deck to adventure with, so god damn you both. Adventure deck, and then we'll say come down a couple. And this is a maybe, but I mean it seems pretty good. And don't worry, I can go make this little notepad nicer in the future, you know. It's a bit here, there, and everywhere, but it suffices. Garenbrig Carver, 4 mana. Creature, human warrior, Shield's Might, has an instant speed adventure. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. 4 mana for a 3/2. It's not super great. It might get picked up in draft here and there. I don't really see it getting played unless it's in, you know, somebody's janky ass adventure deck like mine. Fortifying Provisions, gonna be our next card. 3 mana, 2 and a white. It is a common. Creatures you control get +0/+1. When Fortifying Provisions enters the battlefield, create a food token. Okay, 3 mana enchantment. Sure. Giant Skewer, 2 mana, 1 and a black, artifact, equipment. It is common. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a food token. And the equipped creature gets +2/+1. I don't think that's that bad, right? You can do a lot with food tokens. Let's make sure to copy that down. Giant Skewer. Skew Hair. Giant Skew Hair. Castle Ardenvale. Land. Castle Ardenvale enters the battlefield tapped unless you control planes. Oh, so these are the rare lands. Okay, cool. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control planes. Okay. Tap, add white mana. Cool. For 2/+2 white mana, you can create a white human creature token, which basically costs 5 mana. I mean, I guess as a fallback tactic, this isn't a bad card at all. If that's like around the similar effects of all the other rare lands, and I'll be happy with that. Surferin the Hinge Hammer. I don't know why I was reading that as the Hedgehog. 2 mana, two double green for the mana cost. Legendary creature, human knight. Let's see. Whenever Surferin the Hinge, I'll get it right eventually. The Hinge Hammer attacks. Another target attacking creature gets +X/+X until end turn, where X is. I'm really trying to think of where you'll see this. Maybe Naya Knights becomes a thing. I don't know. I'm a bit uneasy about that. Let me check back on chat real quick. Oh, whoa. First draw in this draw. Yo, what's up, Ned, Fred, Dylan? Nice to have you out. Harry, nice to have you. Alright, this seems cool because it's a commander. 4 giant dragons, nifty. I'm trying to make an 88 giant dragons. Iron Craig, yeah, Iron Craig seems a bit strong. Thankfully, you can only prog it once per turn, otherwise, like, ouch, right? But even still, you can Iron Craig and then you can quasi duplicate, right? Bro, what's up, Ripper Man? Nice to have you out. Alright, so yeah, Surferin, I don't know. Maybe an Anaya, or maybe even a Gruul aggro. Hold up. Could be okay in a Gruul aggro deck. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Mysterious Pathfinder. No, Pathlighter. I'm sorry. 3 mana, 2 and a white. Each creature you control that has an adventurer enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Mysterious Pathlighter. Okay, well this is pretty obviously going in my adventure deck. Where is it? Go Mysterious Pathlighter, right? Sorry, by the way, if y'all can hear me typing. I'm a loud typer. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Realm Cloaked Giant. We have a whole bunch of giants coming in this set. Makes me want to do a giant tribal. Like one big tribal. No. Anyways, it's 7 mana, creature, giant, vigilance. It is a mythic rare. Alright, well let's check this adventure. It is gonna be sorcery speed. Destroy all non-giant creatures. Yes, I love it. I love it. 5 mana, destroy all non-giant creatures. Oh, man. Well, I think it's happening. I think we got to make a Giants deck just off of that. Might be Jank. I think we should classify that as Jank. Realm Close. Giant Tribal. That's awesome. Again, sorry for the typing. I know it's probably annoying. Castle Garenbrig. Land. Okay, so this is the rare land for green. There's a battlefield tapped unless you control a forest. Cool, cool, cool. And then for 4 mana, essentially 5 because you're also tapping this, add 6 green mana. Okay, so for 5 mana, you get 6 green mana. That's not that good. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of creature. Okay. I mean, if you're in a bond, turn 5, and you get to 6 mana, sure, it's cool, it's good. But it's only giving you 1 mana, right? Because you have to tap 4, unless... Well, no. Yeah, unless you have something like a Nissa down, right? And you can just tap 2 lands, tap this, and add 6 mana. But that's basically the same thing. Well, this isn't a forest. I don't know. Doesn't seem super strong, doesn't seem super OP, but, you know, it's a land card, so it's still pretty good. Castle Embereth. Embereth is probably right. Anyways, enters tapped unless you control a mountain. Makes sense. And then for 1 mana and 2 red, you can tap it, and creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Not quite sure how I feel about that. Escape into the Wilds. It is going to be 5 mana, 3, a red, and a green. It is going to be a rare. Exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled this way until the end of turn. The end of your next turn. Wow. Okay, so you get basically 2 turns to play it. Kind of 1.5, because once you play this, you know, there's 5 mana gone for the turn. Anyway, you may play an additional land this turn. Okay, so you play this, you play a land. Oh, you're probably hoping for a 2 or a 1 drop, maybe a 3 drop, right? And then on your next turn, you hope for, I don't know, 6 or 7 drops, something big. Escape to the Wilds, though, doesn't seem terrible. So we don't just have a standard Gruul aggro, all of our Gruuls are based off something else. I need a better way to organize this. I need like a whole spreadsheet. That way I can cross-reference all of my like Gruul decks that I plan on doing with all the cards that I plan on having in my Gruul deck, so I can see which cards I want to combine, right? Because we may not want Grumgully Goblin in Escape to the Wilds kind of deck. We may. I'm just saying we may also not, you know, so... hell. For now, again, it'll work. I will make it look pretty later, that I promise. I knew I was gonna be in bold. Fuck you, notebook. So Gruul, would it be aggro? Maybe. Gruul's something. Oh, I thought it was Escape into the Wilds. Nope, Escape to the Wilds. English. Alright, let's see. Acclaimed Contender. 3 mana, 2 and a white. It is going to be a rare card when acclaimed contender enters the battlefield. If you control another knight, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a knight, aura, equipment, or legendary artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest into the bottom of your library in a random order. This is 3 mana for a 3/3 that essentially gets you whatever you want, minus instant and sorcery speed spells off the top of your library. Or regular artifacts, right? It's got to be a legendary artifact. And you have to control another knight. But you get to look at the top 5 cards of your library. So that's kind of crazy. So let's see. Acclaimed Contender. I want one of these to be the equipment, but I'm not quite sure which one, so... we will put a claimed contender on both, and then whenever I go to make the decks later, I'll trim it down. Because for each deck, I'm going to open a new sticky note, and we're going to label it at the top. We're going to add the cards in that we want to add in. That way it doesn't get jumbled, and I can go back and open the sticky notes. Super easy, super quick, come time for the event. Castle Vantress. Land. Okay, this is the rare land. For 4 mana, you can tap it, so basically 5, and scry 2. I mean, blue doesn't really need any benefits, so I'll take it. Castle Lochwain. Lochwain? I don't know. Enters the battlefield tab, we have Swamp. So for 1+2 black, we can tap, draw a card, then you lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. That's not bad. That's really, really not bad. Okay, so my favorite 2 of these castles so far have been the black and the white. Call me crazy, but they seem pretty toasty. Rampart Smasher. So 4 mana of either red or green distributed however you have it. You can get down this 5/5. It is uncommon. It's a giant, so that's interesting to note. Rampart Smasher can't be blocked by knights or walls. This card literally says, I see what the meta's doing, I'm not going to allow it. Anyways, moving on. Is there a place for this? Sure. Maybe in that Gruul aggro deck, right? So we'll come out here beside Gruul, and just so this way we know we have more cards in Gruul that may fall into multiple decks, I'll just throw it up here. Overwhelmed Apprentice. When Overwhelmed Apprentice enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of the library into the graveyard, then you scry 2. Oh, it's 1 mana. Y'all ready to get milled? Because that's what is looking like it's about to happen. Scry 2, make your opponent discard 2, and you get a 1/2. Whoa, Nelly. Alright, so let's... I'm not going to go in between the bold and the non-bold. I'm just going to stick between the non-bold. So, mill deck, we got Overwhelmed Apprentice. Apprentice, if I can spell right. Sorcerer's Broom. That looks funky. Looks cool, but it looks a little funky. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, you may pay 3. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Sorcerer's Broom. Oh, it's a creature. It's a 2/1 creature. So, whenever you sacrifice another permanent, you may pay 3. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Sorcerer's Broom. If it wasn't for the pay 3, you could really go nuts with this shit. Yep, I don't know. I'm trying to make a deck work in my mind where it's like, oh yeah, this will be cool, this will be good, this will be something. But it's a 2/1, and it costs 3 mana to copy it. So like, at that point, you're better just going in another direction, right? I think. Ow. Night Giants is the way to go. Yeah, Giants looks fun. Alright, Chance, I gotta get... I'm gonna have the stream running. Sounds awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, Sorcerer's Broom, I don't know. Y'all give me 1 minute. I'm actually gonna do this. Alright. I'm gonna run and grab something to drink and clear my throat, and then we'll be right back started with the stream. Or, I guess, continuing. I don't know. It's not gonna stop. Okay, see, quick little jiffy. Turn that back on, that back on. And for the webcam, we gotta just turn that. Hola! Had to go get a drink. Alrighty, moving us on. The Cauldron of Eternity. Costs 12 mana. 12 whole mana. 10 and 2 black. Legendary artifact. It is a mythic rare. Of course it is. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Okay, so if you have 5, then it costs, you know, just 2 mana. Whenever a creature you control dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Okay, so it doesn't go to the battlefield. For 3 mana, 2 and a black, you can tap, pay 2 life, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. Cauldron of Eternity. Alright, well, that's a build around. Reanimate. Hope y'all enjoyed Reanimate, because it looks like it's getting stronger. Cauldron's Gift. 5 mana, sorry, 4 and a black. It is an uncommon sorcery, and it does have an adamant effect, so if at least 3 black mana was spent to cast a spell, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Okay. You may choose a creature card in your graveyard. If you do, return it to the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Reanimate. Thank goodness Grafdigger's Cage is a thing. Especially that value is about to skyrocket. So we have the Cauldron. We want Cauldron Gift. For sure. For sure, for sure. Seems pretty good. Forever Young. Hey, is that song by Jay-Z and Hudson or something? What's his name, Hudson? Mr. Hudson? Something like that? Anyways, 2 mana, 1 and a black sorcery. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. Draw a card. 2 mana common. Forever Young. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Forever Young is just one of those cards that'll probably get tossed in this Cauldron deck just to see how it does, you know. So I'm not too worried about copying it down somewhere. Black Lance Paragon. Plus, I gotta get through these cards if we're gonna start like actually brewing up some decks, right? 2 mana, 3/1 flash. Whenever it enters the battlefield, target knight gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. Flash. It's a rare. That's pretty good. Let's see. That is. I realized. Oh no, Contender's down there. I was going to say. I realize now on that Mardu deck, it's actually down off to the side. So we have black. Ooh, it's all one word. Black Lance, Paragon. And honestly, it may fit into both of them. So we'll just. And the reason I'm typing it down here instead of up with the maybe is because Black Lance Paragon is probably good enough to just get played. Sir Alan the Lion's Claw. 5 mana. It is a uncommon, legendary human knight with first strike. 4/4. 4/4 with first strike for 5 mana. Not terrible. Whenever Sir Alan the Lion's Claw attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. I don't think this makes it into the Knight's deck, but it is a Knight, so maybe we'll just type out Sir Alan. We don't need the Lion's Claw and all that stuff. Aside from that, honestly, mono white aggro is looking like a thing. So we have Gruul and mono white. Sir Alan. These things are looking good. What was the other mono white I was looking at? Acclaimed Contender or something like that? I don't know. We'll come back to it. Yorvo, Lord of Garenbrig. 3 mana, all green, all the way out. It is a legendary creature. 3 mana legendary. Enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, so 3 mana for a 4/4. Already not too shabby. Whenever another green creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Yorvo. Cool. Mono Green Stompy. Just got an addition. Then if that creature's power is greater than Yorvo's power, put another +1/+1 counter on Yorvo. Do I have Mono Green Stompy somewhere? I thought I had Mono Green Stompy somewhere. Great Hinge. Mono Green Stompy. That'll work. You know, as long as I know Yorvo, as long as I see the name somewhere. Honestly, it may go good in a rule deck too, although it's three limited green mana, so maybe not. Next we have Linden, the Steadfast Queen. 3 mana, all white, so it's kind of like a Yorvo for white. Legendary creature, human noble, has vigilance. Whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life. Mono, white, and Orzhov life gain. Just got huge. Whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life. So yeah, this will go in the mono white for sure. Linden. And in a life gain deck. Oops. Life gain deck. Linden. And what I'm going to do is I'll end up going back and taking these first parts of the decks, and then I'll build out a deck from them. So it'll all be okay. Rally for the Throne. 3 mana, uncommon, instant. Create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. Okay, so we've already kind of got this for 2 mana. But it has an adamant effect. If you use 3 white mana to cast it, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. It's not terrible. I'll tell you what it might be good in. This, because I've already looked at some of these, so you have to remember that. This Harmonious Archon Gawad strat. Rally for the Throne. That seems pretty good, because you get the 2 creatures, you get to gain life, so... Seems bueno. Where am I at? It just, wow, it just shifted me way, way down. Let's check back with chat. How's everybody doing? High Giants is the way to go. By the way, Garen is a noble giant, so Mono Green Giants could be in a 10. But also just in general, Mono Green Stompy. Yeah, Mono Green Stompy is looking fun. Hey, glad I was able to catch another stream. How's your day going? It's going awesome, Jacoby. Hope your day's going good as well, man. Or woman. I don't really know y'all's genders, so if I call you the wrong thing, just know I apologize. How much are you thinking about Brawl? I can't stop thinking about it because I'm so done with Standard right now. I'm not going to think about Brawl until it's in my face, pretty much. Or until they're like, hey, Brawl's coming out tomorrow. You know, I try to focus on the things that are directly in front of me, and right now, this is directly in front of me. So, why Standard Day? I'm not quite sure. Chance Selesnya tokens with Yorvo as a win con. Yeah, Selesnya Gawad is... I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm definitely thinking we're gonna make a return to that theme, right? And that's you don't know how excited that makes me. So Ardenvale Paladin, 4 mana. It is a common creature, human knight, adamant. If at least 3 white mana was spent to cast this spell, enters battlefield with a +1/+1 counter, so it goes from a 2/5 to a 3/6 for 4 mana. For draft, that's not terrible. I mean, it gives you a body. Right, it gives you a bear, but that's about it. Silver Flame Squire, 2 mana, 1 and a white. Does have an adventure, instant speed for 3 mana. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap it, and then 2 mana you get a 2/1. Let's see. What were my other adventure cards? Adventure deck, Mysterious Pathlighter. Everything with an adventure get a little bit bigger. And that makes it to where it casts it twice. I don't know if Silver Flame Squire is going to be good enough, really. That's where we're at there. Garen Break Squire. 2 mana, common. Whenever you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, Garen Break Squire gets a +1/+1 until end of turn. I mean, draft maybe. Does it fit into our adventure deck? Probably not. It's a little on the weaker side. You could probably make a Pauper adventure deck, though, with all these adventures that I've been seeing. You could definitely make a Pauper adventure deck. So I'm looking forward to that. Tuenval Treefolk. We're just going to call him Treefolk. How about that? 6 mana for a 6/5. It is a common. It does have a sorcery speed adventure spell attached to it, so Oaken Boon, 4 mana. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It's not bad for draft, and it may just be janky enough to be added into the adventure deck, so we'll put it in the maybe category. Right? I don't think it's... Whoa. What? What's up with this art? Maybe it's one's for China, one's for America. That looks really cool though, not gonna lie. Alright, so Lonesome Unicorn. I don't think it's that lonesome. It literally has someone standing right there with it, right? 5 mana. It is going to be a 3/3. And it does have a sorcery speed adventure spell. So for 3 mana, you can create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Okay, so that's the white knight. Okay, cool. So for 3 mana, you create a 2/2 with vigilance. Then for 5 more mana, you create a 3/3 with vigilance. And it is a knight. The first one is a knight. No, not good enough. I don't think. Drown in the Loch. 2 mana, 1 blue, 1 black. Not gonna lie, these cards give me nightmares ever since Thought Erasure. Instant speed. Oh no, my fears are growing. Choose 1. Counter target spell with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. It's a bit confusing. Or destroy target creature with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. You'll probably see this. You get 3 cards in your graveyard. Well, maybe not. Although Reanimate's coming back pretty heavy, so people are going to be discarding into the graveyard a lot more. I don't know. I think Drown in the Loch it could be one of those very annoying cards. We'll have to wait and see though. Thorbrand, Thane of Redfell. What a name. 4 mana, 1 and 3 red. Legendary creature, dwarf, noble. If a red source you control will deal damage to an opponent or permanent, an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2 instead. I don't know what happened to it. Okay, I don't know if it'll fit in the original Chandra Big Red, but it can go in this Fire of Invention jank deck, or it can. Let's just do a maybe category, right? Now I can just put a comma after this and put Thorbrand. Cool. Then we have Archon of Absolution. This is the card that I was making that deck around. No. This is not that deck though. This is not the card. It is another Archon though, so 4 mana, uncommon, flying, protection from white. Creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. Really? So we're trying this out again, huh? Yeah, I don't know. It seems okay. You'll probably see it getting some play. Is it exciting? No, not really. And it's not a legendary, so people can just copy it as much as they want, and you can never attack. Seems fun. Seems real fun. 4 mana for a 3/3. Bartered cow. It is an ox. Reading it backwards. It is a common as well. Whenever it dies or you discard it, create a food token. Sounds fair. We're chopping up the meat. Giant Opportunity. Now this is one of the cards that I already had a deck set up for, I believe, somewhere. Giant Opportunity was somewhere. Maybe it was in the food deck, but I can't find it now. Food deck, Giant Opportunity. Yeah, bam. Okay, so for 3 mana, this is a sorcery speed spell. It is uncommon, so it's rather cheap. You may sacrifice 2 foods. If you do, create a 7/7 green giant creature token. Otherwise, create 3 food tokens, which, again, 3 mana to create 3 food tokens is not terrible, but spending 3 mana to create a 7/7 It's certainly not terrible. Next we have Tall as a Beanstalk. 4 mana. It is going to be 3 and a green, 3 and a G. It's an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3, has reach, and is a giant in addition to its other types. So yeah, they're just telling us, hey, play giants, play giants, play giants. You know what? You got me. I'm hooked. I'll play giants, okay? You don't have to force it down my throat. Hindwalker, 3 mana. Adamant, if at least 3 mana of the same color were spent. Okay, so any mana as long as it's 3 of the same. Enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. So 3 mana for a 3/3. Draft, you know, that's probably where you'll see that. Fires of Invention, 4 mana, enchantment, rare. You can only cast spells during your turn, and you cannot cast more than 2 spells each turn. You can cast spells with a converted mana cost less than or equal to the amount of land you control without paying their mana cost. Sound janky enough for y'all? Because I already got it copied down on one of my decks, one of my decarinos. Eldraine equals Lord of the Rings, confirmed to be beat. Can't be easily dealt with. We're going to get banned before it's even played. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna let Johnny actually stream for y'all for a second. He's gonna take over. So yeah, which one were y'all talking about? Torban? You think Torban's gonna get banned? The hell is Torban? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, right here. Okay. For some reason I was thinking it was a green card, but literally just read it. Anyways, Clockwork Servant. 3 mana, adamant whenever you enters the battlefield, if at least 3 mana. Okay, so same thing. Spent to cast it, draw a card. 3 mana for 2/3 that allows you to draw a card. This isn't bad simply for those artifact and enchantment decks, right? For those Azorius artifact and enchantment decks. So maybe Clockwork Servant, maybe. Sundering Stroke. I already have this down in the deck, but we'll still go over it. I'm gonna get a drink. Alright, so Sundering Stroke. 7 mana, sorcery speed. It is a rare. It deals 7 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. If at least 7 red mana was spent to cast this spell, instead, Sundering Stroke deals 7 damage to each of those permanents and or players. So yeah, you know, you have the option to deal a whole lot of damage if you can create that 7 mana, which we have something to do right down here with. So yeah. Moving us along, we have Grumgully the Generous. It is going to be 3 mana total, 1 and then 1 red and a green. It is going to be a Goblin Shaman at uncommon, so at least it's cheap, if nothing else. And then each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. So this is why I said Grumgully, Gruul aggro and Grumgully goblins would be awesome. Honestly, it's probably good in just normal Gruul as well, right? You probably don't have to specifically Grumgully the Generous. Generous. You have to give me just a second. Hopefully you don't mind when I throw that Johnny picture up to stream for me. Alrighty, so Grumgully seems fun, right? Seems like the kind of card that's right up our alley. So that should at least be interesting, if nothing else, you know. Now, Ferocity of the Wilds. 3 mana, enchantment. Attacking non-human creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample. Okay, so they kind of had something. They kind of had something like this. What was it, back in Ixalan, right? except it was like 5 or 6 mana, and it was basically the same thing. Creatures you control get +1/0 and have trample. Now, granted, it affected, you know, humans as well. I can see why they're adding all this non-human stuff because of all the knights, right? So, Ferocity of the Wilds. Maybe this sneaks into our Grumgully Goblins. So we'll say Ferocity of the Wilds. Maybe it makes it into the Grumgully aggro as well. We'll see. Alright, then we have Mistford River Turtle. This is going to be a common, 4 mana, 3 and a blue. Whenever Mistford River Turtle attacks, another target attacking non-human creature can't be blocked this turn. So 1/5. Okay, so draft, right? Draft is where this card will be relevant. Barge in. It is 1 mana, instant speed. Target attacking creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Each attacking non-human creature gains trample until end of turn. I don't know. Maybe you'll see it in the deck. Redcap Raiders. Sorry, Goblin Warrior. 3 mana. Whenever Redcap Raiders attacks, you may tap an untapped non-human creature. You may tap an untapped non-human creature. If you do, Redcap Raiders gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. We'll say maybe on this. This might make it into the Grumgully Goblins. So Redcap Raiders, maybe. Block Dragon. 4 mana of either blue or red. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Okay, so Block Dragon would be really good actually in these draw decks where we have the whenever you draw your second card each turn kind of effect, right? So what I want to do another little section down here. We'll do it in bold as well. Interesting cards to note. And these will be ones that I may not want to build a whole deck around right now, but can still go ahead and add them, right? So, no, I actually didn't want that in bold. I just wanted the rest. So, lock. Dragon. Mermaid, 3 mana. It is an enchantment. So one colorless mana and 2 blue. And you can get this enchantment down. Let's see, you may have Mermaid enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or enchantment on the battlefield. Spicy, it is a rare, so let's see. Where's that Azorius artifact deck? Let's go all the way over here and we'll add in Mermaid. There's one solid word. That seems a little weird, right? All the M's and the R's on one word. Then we have Ironcrag Feet, which is a card that, again, I've already got it copied down. I'm sure we'll be playing this in a couple different decks. Nonetheless, it reads, for 4 mana, it is a sorcery speed spell. It is rare. At 7 red mana, you can only cast 1 more spell this turn. So, Ironcrag Feet obviously sets you up literally perfectly for Sundering Stroke. Boom, boom, right? Add 7 mana, spend 7 mana to cast this to get to deal 7 damage to 3 different permanents. So yeah, that's the most obvious one. I also have it in our Chandra Big Red deck, I believe. Yeah, Sundering Stroke, Ironcrag Feet. So should be fun. Should have a lot of fun with that. Next we have the Magic Mirror. It's gonna be non-total converted mana cost. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. So this is going to work good probably in those either Is It Wizards or those Spells Matters deck just in general. Spell cost, you have no maximum hand size. That's kind of nice. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a knowledge counter on the magic mirror, then draw a card for each knowledge counter. Okay, so the magic mirror. I don't know if I have this or not, but it's definitely going somewhere. Should go here, right? Should go into my draw deck. I don't remember what Into the Story does, but it's a draw deck for a reason. But I also want to put it with my wizards. What happened to those that wizard deck? Incorrect answer. Is it wizards? The magic mirror. It's probably good for right now. I was having a branching thought, but again, we're going to work on fleshing these decks out once we get through all the cards. So, Revenge of Ravens, 4 mana, 3 and a black. Enchantment, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, that creature's controller loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So this is like an Oath of Kaya effect without dealing the 3 extra damage in the beginning. Revenge of Ravens. I mean, you might be able to run an Esper Artifact Enchantment deck. Or maybe you just play this as like a 2 of in your sideboard, or 3 of in your sideboard, just in case you run into aggro and best of 3. Anyways, Bone Crusher Giant. It is going to be a rare card. Does have an adventure, instant speed, destroy. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Wow. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, so 2 unavoidable damage, plus all the rest of your damage can't be prevented this turn. So protection shouldn't work. Indestructible doesn't prevent damage, it prevents destruction, so I don't think it gets around indestructible. What else? What else is there? I don't know, maybe... I don't know. Anyways, whenever you play it, whenever Bone Crusher Giant becomes the target of a spell, Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. This is 3 mana for a 4/3. There's a giant. I need to start fleshing out that Giants deck, but well, again, we'll do that in a minute. Do I have my Giant Tribal somewhere? Yeah, Giant Tribal. Okay. Just making sure. Actually, let's go ahead and copy down Bone Crusher. Or is it Bone Crusher Giant? Yeah, I think, maybe. Bone Crusher Giant. What a smart man. Most of the Giants have Giant in their name. I don't know if that's the theme for the cards or what. Excuse me. Moving us along, we have Vantress Gargoyle. 2 mana for an artifact creature Gargoyle. Okay, so this should work well in the Azorius deck, right? Flying, Vantress can't attack unless the defending player has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. Wow. Can't attack. So, even though you can get this down on turn 2, you won't be able to play it for at least a little bit. Vantress Gargoyle can't block unless you have 4 or more cards in hand. Okay, so it can block early, it just can't attack early. And then tap, each player puts the top card of the library into the graveyard. Maybe this makes it into the Azorius deck. Vantress Gargoyle. Maybe? Just maybe? Dance of the Manse. Right? Dance of the Manse? Is that right? Am I reading that wrong? Return up to X target artifact and or non-aura enchantment cards, each with converted mana cost X or less, from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to the other types. I already have this down, yeah, for my Azorius. Dance of the Manse, yeah. Okay. I better return X up to X target artifact and or non-aura enchantment cards. Non-aura. Okay. Alright, I mean... yeah, sure. I'm running on like 3-4 hours of sleep, so y'all have to excuse me for all the yawning. Stone Coil Serpent. X. It just costs X. Artifact. Creature. It is a snake. Has reach and trample, just given in. And protection from multicolored. Okay. Stone Coil Serpent enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. I think it's pretty good, right? Say Stone Coil Serpent, maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. What is this? Idyllic? Idyllic? I think it's Idyllic Grange. It is another planes. Okay, so Idyllic Grange enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more planes. So another one of those kind of abilities. Remember, it enters the battlefield, and you have to have 3 or more, so not just one. Enters untapped. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It's a common. I mean, for a mono white deck, that's not bad, right? Feyburrow Elder. 3 mana, 1 a green and a white. Creature is a tree folk druid with vigilance. Gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. So at max, it can be a 5/5, yeah? And then tap for. And then you can tap it, and for each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. So if it's a 5/5 and you tap it, you gain 5 mana. So we'll do 5 color Feyburrow Elder. That seems like a fun deck. You can play that with like Niv Mizzet and then just get the 5 mana straight from 1 card, right? Anyways, moving us on. Merchant of the Veil. Oh, that's kind of cool art. Anyways, 3 mana. Does have an adventure speed, and it comes out as a 2/3. Adventure, or an instant speed adventure. Wow, I'm gonna have to get better at that. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Oh, it's a peasant. If it was a wizard, that'd be great, but it's a peasant. Alright, for 3 mana, discard a card, draw a card. That's that recurring effect. It's a common. Maybe it makes it into Pauper. As a loot system for yourself to sort of discard and draw, not get too flooded, that kind of thing. Fierce Witch Stalker. 4 mana. It is a wolf that has trample innate on it. It is a common. Whenever Fierce Witch Stalker enters the battlefield, create a food token. Okay. Also, let me take a Johnny back away, because, you know, here I am. So Fierce Witch Stalker. Maybe it makes it into a wolf deck. Wolf's Quarry. Create 3 1/1 green boar tokens with, when this creature dies, create a food token. Okay. Nice. Then we have Oathsworn Knight. Oh, also, is that... Whoops, I did not mean to alt-tab. Good. 6 mana. 6 fucking mana for that. That's crazy. Give me 1 minute. Alrighty, sorry about that. So yeah, Wolf's Quarry, probably not going to get played that much. 6 mana is a bit costly. Oathsworn Knight, 3 mana, 1 and 2 black. Human Knight, okay. Enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever it attacks each combat, oh no, it does attack each combat if able. It's not terrible, I guess. 3 mana getting a 4/4 that has to attack. If damage would be dealt, while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove a +1/+1 counter from it. That seems fun. That seems janky and fun. I think I already have it on both my Orzhov Knights, or on both my Knights decks here, but I kind of want to make a Golgari Proliferate deck, or maybe an Abzan Proliferate deck. Seems kind of good. Thunderous Snapper, 4 mana of either green or blue, whatever combination you have. Whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost 5 or greater, draw a card. So I do already have this in my janked ideas. This is going to be a jank idea. A Thunderous Snapper, ramp, big spells kind of deck. Seems like a fun idea. Then we have Knight of the Keep, 3 mana for a 3/2 human knight. Probably will see it in Pauper. Probably won't see it much other places. Lost Legion is going to be 3 mana as well. 1 and 2 black. It's a Spirit Knight. Whenever Lost Legion enters the battlefield, draw 2 for 2/3. That's not bad for draft at all, actually. We have Ogre Errant. 4 mana, creature, Ogre Knight. Whenever Ogre Errant attacks, another target attacking knight gains menace until end of turn. Pauper Knight seems pretty good, actually. Raging Red Cat. 3 mana, 1/2 with double strike. Ooh, okay. Well, it is a knight as well, so giving it bonuses shouldn't be the world's hardest thing. Glass Casket. Whenever Glass Casket enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or less until Glass Casket leaves the battlefield. So it's like semi-removal. I do have this in the Azorius artifact enchantment deck as a maybe, so there's that to know. Deafening Silence. For 1 white mana, you can get this enchantment down. Each player can cast more than 1 non-creature spell each turn. I'm assuming this is going to be mono white aggro's answer to control decks and things of that nature, right? Wondermare. It's going to be 3 mana, 1 colorless, 1 green, and 1 white. Whenever you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, put a +1/+1 counter on Wondermare. So this will go in our adventure deck, right? What happened to our adventure deck? Adventure deck. Wondermare. Nice. Edgewall Innkeeper. So one green mana. It's a human peasant. Whenever you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, draw a card. Yeah, Edgewall. You're making it into the adventure deck as well. I don't think the adventure decks are going to be super fantastic. I think it'll be a splash kind of mechanic, but you know, throwing it all in one could be fun. Ardenville Tactician, 3 mana. It is a flying creature with 2/3. It does have an adventure spell coupled to it at instant speed. Tap up to 2 target creatures. That's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. Dizzying Swoop. So maybe that's an upgrade for Azorius Flyers. Maybe. Spectre Shriek, 1 black mana. Whoa, what is going on? Quit jumping me around everywhere. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You may choose a non-land card from your opponent's hand. If you do, your opponent exiles that card. If a non-black creature card was exiled this way, exile a card from your hand. That's pretty fucking annoying for 1 mana, I'm not gonna lie. Red Cap Melee. 1 red, instant speed. Melee does 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If non-red permanent is dealt damage this way, you sacrifice a land. Oh shit. Occame Adversary? I don't know. 4 mana, 2/3, that's not that great. Spell costs 2 less to cast if your opponent controls a green permanent. So 2 mana for 2/3 with Death Touch. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. You know, that's not terrible. I don't know if it's worth adding in right now, but it's not terrible at the very least. Fell the Pheasant. 2 mana, instant speed. Fell the Pheasant deals 5 damage to target creature with flying. Create a food token. Sure. Sure. Elite Headhunter. 4 mana, human knight, menace. For 3 more mana of either red or black. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Elite Headhunter deals 2 damage to any target creature or planeswalker. Not terrible. Build around though, nah, not really. Sorcerous Spyglass, 3 mana, artifact. As Sorcerous Spyglass enters the battlefield, look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen card name Can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. I don't know about that. Johnny, quick, come back. Alright. We still have quite a ways. Yeah, Throne of Eldraine. Throne of Eldraine. Throne of Eldraine. Throne of Eldraine. Now we've seen all these down, so. Holy cow, we got a lot to go. Where's it at? The next one up? Yep. Alright, Reef Soul, 2 mana, sorcery speed, destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Yeah, it should be a common. Into the Story, 7 mana. This spell costs 3 less to cast if an opponent has 7 or more cards in the graveyard. Draw 4 cards. Instant speed. Costs 3 less, so it could cost us 4 mana to draw 4 cards, which is pretty good. We have Epic Downfall. 2 mana, exile target creature with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Let's get their whole converted mana cost 3 or greater spiel here. Okay. I'm trying to think if we're gonna have enough time to get through all these cards and do some deck building. I guess we'll just have to see. Fervent Champion. First strike haste, 1/1. Whenever Fervent Champion attacks, another target attacking knight you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Equipped abilities, you activate the target Fervent Champion, costs 3 less to activate. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Where's my knight today? Maybe Fervent Champion in our Mardu one. Bog Naughty. Bog Naughty. Oh. 5 mana. 3/3 flyer. Then for 3 mana we can sacrifice a food. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Maybe. I don't think it works in our food deck though, really. Let's see. Let's just put it in here as a maybe. Whoops, if I can spell. Alright, Marrowleaf Rider, 2 mana, 3/1, sacrifice food token. Target creature blocks Marrowleaf Rider this turn if able. Insatiable Appetite, 2 mana, instant speed. You may sacrifice food. If you do, target creature gets +5 until end of turn. Otherwise, a creature gets +3. Seems like we're getting into some not so good cards. Chaldron Familiar. Whenever Chaldron Familiar enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Sacrifice food, return Cauldron. I don't know why I've been calling it Chaldron. Cauldron Familiar. Cauldron. Jesus, chance. English. Cauldron Familiar. From your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, sure. Opportunistic Dragon, 4 mana, 2 and 2 red. When Opportunistic Dragon enters the battlefield, choose target human or artifact an opponent controls for as long as an Opportunistic Dragon remains on the battlefield. Gain control of that permanent, it loses all abilities and can't attack or block. So. Basically, it gives you a worthless unit, but it takes away a value unit from your opponent, I guess. Gadwick the Wizened. X and 3 blue mana. Legendary creature, human wizard. When Gadwick the Wizened enters the battlefield, draw X cards. Whenever you cast a blue spell, tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Seems pretty strong. Seems like it could actually get some constructive play. We put this. Do I already have it in my draw deck? Sorry, draw deck. Yeah, okay, but it's like a changed version of it. Righteousness, 1 mana. Target blocking creature gets +7/+7 until end of turn. I mean, it's not bad. We have good old-fashioned Opt making its return. We have Inquisitive Puppet. When Inquisitive Puppet enters the battlefield, scry 1, exile Inquisitive Puppet, create a 1/1 white human creature token. What's that? It's 0, 2, 4. I just don't know if it'll be worth throwing it in the Azorius artifact deck, but we'll at least throw it down, like, to where I know to check it out. And then Spinning Wheel, 3 mana, tap, add 1 mana of any color, 5 mana, tap, target creature. That's really annoying. Seven Dwarves is a card I'm interested to see. It's like Rat Colony, but not, you know? Like, not unlimited, you can only have 7, but 2/2, so if you have 3 down, they all become 5/5s, 2 mana. Y'all can definitely expect to see me play a Dwarf deck. Do I have it down here already? No? Well, I guess I already know it's jank if it's in the jank section. Chance? Duh. Ginger Brute, artifact creature, food, golem, haste. For 1 mana, Ginger Brute can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. Okay. I don't think Ginger Brute would be that good. Maybe just in draft. True Love's Kiss, 4 mana, exile target artifact or enchantment, draw a card, get draft. Beloved Princess. I don't know why I gotta call her Beloved Witch. Anyways, 1 mana, she's a 1/1 with lifelink, can be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Cool. Trapped in the Tower, 2 mana, it is common. Enchant creature without flying, enchant creature can't attack or block. And it's actually abilities. That's crazy. Can I go back? There we go. Wish it would like put me back where I was, you know? So I've kind of already gone over Archon. I guess we can keep going over the ones that I've already gone over, because some people may not know, some people may not be looking at the spoilers. Alright, so Harmonious Archon. 6 mana, creature, Archon, flying. Non-Archon creatures have base power and toughness 3/3. Remember, Harmonious Archon enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. So, obviously, I'm going to be trying to do a go wide strategy with this, getting a whole bunch of saplings or a whole bunch of just whatever, a whole bunch of little tiny creatures, you know, that you can then make into big 3/3s or sizable 3/3s. Next, we have Ayara, first of Lock's Lane. It is 3 mana, 3 solid black mana, Elf Noble. Whenever Ayara, first of Lock Lane, or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. And then, furthermore, you can tap, sacrifice another black creature, draw a card. So, I do already have Ayara down here for Mono Black and for Orzhov Aristocrats. Those decks just need to be built out. I think we have two more sections to go through. So, Strucken by the Fade, 2 mana, X. Return target creature with converted mana cost X to its owner's hand. Create X 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with slime. Is that really worth a rare? Sure, you get to create a bunch of 1/1s, but is that really worth a rare? I just don't know if the tempo swing is that huge there. Sorry, some of these cards I'm still trying to process myself. So if we're just sitting here staring at the card and I'm not talking, understand that I'm trying to like find a deck to fit it in my mind. Sir Eleanor, the Discerning, legendary creature, human knight. Sir Eleanor's power is equal to the number of cards in your hands. This would be really good for that deck where you can just draw, right? Anyways, when Sir Eleanor enters the battlefield, draw a card, and it spells your opponent cast. Cast that targets plus 2 one cast. Scorching Dragonfire, 2 mana, 1 in a red, instant speed, common. Scorching Dragonfire deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. You may see that here and there as some cheap removal for people who don't have better pieces. Skullknocker Ogre, 4 mana, 4/3. Whenever Skullknocker Ogre deals damage to an opponent, if that player discards a card, at random. This player does, they draw a card. So we get to, they're basically looting us, but we don't get to decide whatever we want to do after school. Should play that player. Discard a card at random. Player draw a card. I just don't see the value here. Outlaws Merriment. 4 mana, 1 colorless, 1 red, 2 white. Enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose one at random. Create a red and white creature tokens with those characteristics. 3/1 human warrior with trample and haste. 2/1 human player with lifelink and haste. 2 human rogue. I want this to be good, I really do. Maybe it'll be good in Boros aggro. Or Boros Knight's deck. That doesn't give you a knight, right? It gives you a warrior, cleric, and a rogue. I don't know. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know. I'm actually getting super tired as well. Charming Prince. 1 and a white creature, human noble. When Charming Prince enters the battlefield, choose 1. Scry 2, or you gain 3 life. Or you can exile another target creature you own, return to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next step. Does this thing have flash? No, it doesn't have flash. Okay. Oh boy. Next we have Worthy Knight, which is a rare, 2 mana. Whenever you cast a Knight spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token. So Worthy Knight should probably go in these Knight decks, right? Alright, there we go. Claim the Fistborn. 1 red mana. Gain control of target creature with the word mana cost 3 or less until end of turn. Untap that creature, gains haste until end of turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a better act of treason. It's a little bit more limited, but I guess. Sir Kara the Bold. Whenever Sir Kara the Bold or an instant or sorcery speed spell you control gets damage to a player. Deals damage, not gets. Deals damage to a player. Exile the top card of your library, you may play the card this turn. I don't know about all that. Searing Barrage. Searing Barrage deals 5 damage to target creature. Adamant. If at least 3 red mana was spent to cast this spell, Searing Barrage deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. Okay. Sure. Roving Keep, 7 mana, artifact wall. Roving Keep gives +2/+0 and gains trample until the end of turn. It can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender. So that's, I guess, one thing to keep note of. Let's hop back and look at chat. Sorry I had to take a call. I can't find any announcements saying they're doing draft or sealed for Brawl. Yeah, I don't have any announcements for Brawl. Hey, Jeff, you've actually been out here for a while. I should have been checking chat. Interesting could be pretty good. Nebraska could be fun. Oh man, Jeff, I've just been missing a whole conversation. What is up? It's nice to have you out. Yeah, sorry. Once I get into these brews and I get reading, I'm just trucking right along. So yeah, nice to have you out. For those of you who don't know, MTG Jeff is also a content creator and one definitely worth checking out. Awesome guy, and his whole community is pretty much just like our community, just there to have fun. So, what's up, Doctor? What's up, Jeff? I feel like I missed a lot while I was reading a lot. How do you do sealed brawl or draft brawl? I can't do that. Yeah. Okay, alright. I gotta stop reading chat. I'll be reading chat for the rest of the stream if I keep it up, because y'all just keep talking and I'll just keep interacting and talking back with what y'all say. I wish YouTube was a little bit more fleshed out with this live stream so I could actually pull it up on my phone, but I don't know how to do that without getting onto the live stream and then like muting myself and all that. It's just a whole thing. So I wish YouTube had a better way to check chat, but you know, past that, YouTube is actually kind of nice. So I'll just try and keep a better eye on it. Hypnotic Sprite. Also, Jeff, I hope you enjoy that Johnny is actually going to be the one that commentating for this video today, this live stream. Sometimes when I don't feel like using my own face, I'll let the big burly white cat do it for me. So Hypnotic Sprite is an uncommon 3-mana instant speed adventure. Let's see, let's make it a little bit bigger for y'all. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. It costs 3 mana. Maybe it gets played in Azorius Flyers just for the effect, right? Because 2 mana Flyer isn't bad. A and B. I guess it could help against those aggro decks that might could get underneath you quicker than you can get your Azorius Flyers really up and going. Maybe? I don't know. Wildborn Preserver. 2 mana, Elf Archer, Flash, Reach. Okay. Just all the effects. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on the Wildborn Preserver. Oh man, this is a rare. I didn't even realize it. You may pay X. Dude, this seems really fun. This seems really, really fun. Alright, not quite sure if it will for sure be a jank deck, but we're going to put it down here in the jank deck area for now. So many decks to go back and fill out. Oh man, I'm going to have a field day with this, trying to organize it. That's okay. I'm trying, each new pre-release that I get into, I try to do a little bit better about being a little bit more ahead and a little bit more prepared. Now, last pre-release event, I ended up doing a 24-hour live stream, and I will say that was a mistake. That was 100% a mistake. YouTube ended up never processing the video, so the live stream never went up. I never got to download it, never got to, you know, you were either there and you saw it, or you didn't, and never will get to. So, won't be doing that this time around. We will be streaming a lot of it, though. Anyways, Weaselback Redcap. 1 red mana, Goblin Knight. Interested to see more goblins, that's for sure. And then for 2 mana, 1 in a red, it gets +2 until end of turn. +2/+0. I mean, it seems like a common knight, right? Nothing too special or fancy about it. Curious Pair, 2 mana, and then the adventure that is coupled with it is 1 green mana, create a food token. Okay, so this card, just for that little effect, it might actually fit kind of nicely into either this food deck or into the adventure deck that we have sort of brewing up here. Well, maybe it goes into the maybes for the adventure. Maybe it's not quite secured. Whoa, I like this curious pair as well. I don't know which card art I like better, honestly. Trail of Crumbs, so all about the Hansel and Gretel right now. 2 mana enchantment. When Trail of Crumbs enters the battlefield, create a food token. Okay, seems fun. Whenever you sacrifice a food token, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of the library in any order. Wow, for 2 mana, that seems like a pretty strong effect. Chances ignored us for years. We are old and crippled now. Can't trust anything Justin said. Chance, you got an alt? An alt. You could look at the comments while doing brewing. I don't know what an alt means. Like an alternate YouTube account? Yeah. I don't know if it'll mess with the live stream though, like doing all that. Anyways, how would you give Wildborn Preserver Trample? That's a good question, Matt, because it already has the reach and the flash. So it's like damn near there with everything it needs. Skill provision, Kindred, Talons, and Wildwood cycling out. I don't know if Talons is cycling out. I don't think it's a Guilds of Ravnica card. And if it's not Guilds of Ravnica, then it's cycling out. Like, I know pretty much all the cards from Ravnica Allegiance to where we are now, but some of the Guilds of Ravnica cards I'm unsure of because that's the set I came in on, so like I don't have all those cards recollected. But yeah, Trail of Crumbs. This could be good for our and y'all can ignore the laziness where I'm literally not even typing these out anymore. I'm just copy pasting them. Alright, so Trail of Crumbs could work wonders in that food deck. Robber of the Rich. Man, so many cards have already been spoiled. Holy crap. Like, I started checking out the spoilers, and I was like, man, there's a lot of spoilers already. And this was after the Brawl events and after, like, a day or two of spoilers. But now, whew, boy, am I behind. Robber of the Rich. 2 mana, 1 in a red. Mythic Rare. No shit. Okay. Reach and Haste. This card literally seems interesting just off that. Whenever Robber of the Rich attacks, if defending player has more cards in hand than you, exile the top card of their library. During any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any card to cast that spell. Okay, so if you go first, you get this down turn 2, 100% you get to steal something, right? Looks like we may be making a rogue deck. I'm not sure if this is jank or not. Robber of the Rich. Let me see if I can get this right. Alright. Rogue Tribal. That's what we'll call it. We shall call it a rogue a rogue tribal. Clack Bridge Troll. That is just an ugly troll. That is like a super ugly troll. Endrace Forerunner. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a way to give your things trample. Thundering Ceratog, Aggressive Mammoth. Alternate account. Okay, Arrow. Yeah, no. I do have other YouTube accounts, but I don't want to like. Everything on my phone is all set up. Yeah, you could chalk it up to laziness. I really just need to get a second monitor. That's what I chalk it up to. Oh, Robber of the Rich is awesome. Yeah, it seems like a super awesome card. Right, Collision Colossus. That is another way. It's only 2 mana. Yo, Jeff. By the way, are you? I know I have that Discord for all of us content creators, but I've kind of been slacking off on improving it. Are you still down for the verses that I guess we've seemed to have done for all the sets thus far? Wait a minute, I haven't read this card. I'm getting caught up in talking to chat. See what I mean? I'm way too easily distracted. Alright, so 5 mana, 3 and 2 black, creature troll, trample, haste, 8/8. What? This has got to have some kind of drawback. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 3/0/1 white goat creature tokens. I mean, is that really equivalent value there? 5 mana for an 8/8 with trample and haste, and they get 3/0/1 goats. Oh man. At the beginning of combat, any opponent may sacrifice a creature if the player does tap. At the beginning of combat on your turn. Okay, so they can. Okay. You might want to be careful where you play this then, because if you're up against an Orzhov Aristocrats deck, they can literally just keep sacrificing things. Sure, you get to gain 3 life and draw a card, but it keeps your troll tapped. Or maybe they just do it once, use priest on their turn. Or they just have priest available, use it on your turn, take it out. I don't know. Clackbridge Troll, it's... I'll tell you what it is. It is, it's one of these interesting to note cards, yeah. We'll try it out in some decks. We'll see how we like it. But honestly, I don't know. Feasting Troll King. What's with all these trolls? This is a troll noble. I've never seen a noble troll before. Holy guacamole. 6 mana, 4 all green. 7/6. 6 mana for a 7/6. It's not terrible. Vigilance and Trample. Okay. The Feasting Troll enters the battlefield. If you cast it from your hand, create 3 food tokens. Okay, so basically if you don't reanimate it, right? Because I don't think you can just find it. Create 3 food tokens. That's pretty good, honestly. Sacrifice 3 food tokens. Return Feasting Troll King from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. So this card is probably going in our mono green stompy deck. If I can find it. Goodness gracious. I feel like I should start separating these out a little bit more, huh? Alright, so comma, there we go. Feasting Troll King. Wow, that card's awesome. Can't exactly see the card art on it either to exactly make out what's going on. That's definitely a troll though, you know, it looks very, very grotesque. I think trolls are known for looking grotesque. Covetous Urge. 4 mana sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from that player's graveyard or hand and exile it. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. They are just trying to work people's nerves with these like steal your decks, right? Alright, so obviously that's going to go in our rogue tribal since we're going to be trying to steal stuff anyways. Yeah, it seems like a Grixis steal your deck is definitely going to happen, right? There's some definite improvements there. Lockmere Serpent. 6 mana flash for 7/7, already not bad. Blue, sacrifice an island, can't be blocked this turn. Sacrifice a swamp. You gain 1 life and draw a card. Pay blue and black. Exile 5 target cards from an opponent's graveyard. Return from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only anytime you cast this sorcery. 5 cards from your opponent's graveyard. That seems pretty good. Is it just me, or does that seem like a pretty good card, just in general, like a way to bring it back innately? Yeah, I love having decks made for me. Starting to other businesses right now. Oh man, I'm always down for battles. That's something, Jeff. That is something. 2 other businesses. Of course, you're full time on this though, yeah. Well, I guess not now that you have those 2 other businesses, but like, you know, you're self-proficient as far as, you know, having this as a job, right? If not, that's rough as fuck. I could not do my main job plus this plus open 2 other businesses. My brain would be fried. Lurker of the Lock. 3 mana, legendary creature, Merfolk Wizard. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. I mean, you can only reduce it 2, I guess. No myriad Lurker of the Lock enters battlefield. Put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Tap, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. This may fit into our Azorius deck. However, it may also fit into a Reanimate deck. Honestly, I should have had a Reanimate deck going by now. We'll just pencil one in down here at the bottom. Alright. That'll be enough to, let me know what's going on. Brewing Paladin, 5 mana, Giant Knight. If at least 3 green mana was spent to cast a spell, enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. This seems like a very popular mechanic, right? The Adamant, just giving it a +1/+1 counter. Are they trying to make Proliferate okay? Did they realize that Proliferate absolutely sucked when it came out? It was fun, it was interesting, but as far as like competitiveness, it sucked. Brewing Paladin cannot be blocked by creatures with power less than or equal to 2. It's a common. I don't know. I'm excited for the night decks. For the giant decks. Not super excited for the night decks. I'm interested to play a good night deck once or twice, but after that I know it's gonna be, it's gonna be like all the other meta decks. I'm gonna get tired of seeing it 2 months in. Outmuscle, 4 mana, sorcery, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then it fights target creature you don't control. Seems a bit expensive. If 3 mana was cast, the creature you control gains indestructible. I mean, for Pauper, that seems like some solid removal, right? Once and future, like once and future game, okay. 4 mana instant speed. It is uncommon. Put target card from your graveyard to your hand. Put up to 1 other target card from your graveyard on top of your library, and then you exile this card. Adamant, instead, return those cards to your hand and exile. Okay, so if you get the Adamant for this, just instead of putting it on top of your library, you just put both of them into your hand. I mean, for an instant speed, that's not bad, honestly. Do we know if there's cards that are going to be specifically for Brawl? Or are all these cards going to be allowed in Standard? I'd like to have a weekly challenge. Yeah, I would love to do the weekly challenges. Right now, the deck submissions, they're kind of disorganized. I'll have deck submissions here on YouTube, and I'll have deck submissions on Discord. So I've been trying to get everybody, like, go to the Discord if you want to submit a deck. It's so much easier. But, yeah, y'all are talking so much. I'm trying to go back and redo it. This is what I call low fire. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, do y'all know if this card is gonna be, if Kinrith is gonna be allowed to be played? Outside of Brawl. Whatever. We're still gonna read it. It doesn't matter. 5 mana, 5/5 and it is a legendary creature. And then if you wanted to pay red, all creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn. All creatures. Your creatures and your opponents. Don't ask me why it matters that you're giving your opponent's creatures trample and haste. Well, maybe if, I think there's one card in here, in this set, that specifically reads that it can't be blocked by anything except for creatures with haste. So I guess in that one minute situation, it could come back to bite you, but past that, yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter. And then for 2 mana, for 1 and a green, you can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. For 3 mana, 2 and a white, target player gains 5 life. For 4 mana, 3 and a blue, target player draws a card. And then for 5 mana, 4 and a black, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under its owner's control. So any creature from any graveyard, but the kicker is it's under its owner's control. So you can't return something that your opponent had back to your side. This is going to be a deck all on its own if we can do it. I don't know if we'll be able to. If so, this will most certainly be a deck all on its own. It could also work into that 5 mana deck we were talking about earlier with that Fey Treefolk thingy mabobber guy. Anyways, Giant Killer. 1 solid white mana. Instant speed, adventure spell. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Not too huge of a fan of those. And then for 2 mana, you can tap target creature. So it has what is that? Elite Arrestor or something like that. The card from Ravnica Allegiance, I believe, where you could just tap it. I don't know if you had to tap it or if it was 1 mana and tap it, and then you could tap a creature your opponent controlled as well. It turned out to be an okay card. How this one will fare, I don't know. It's a rare. I think that's a bit expensive for this card, honestly. I don't think it's a rare value. But sure, whatever. Witch's Vengeance. 3 mana. Creatures of the creature type of your choice get -3/-3 until end of turn. Oh my goodness. Basically, they're saying, watch out, all you tribal motherfuckers, right? Don't play knights and think you can get away with it. Don't play vampires and think you can get away with it unless they're huge. Although giants, hey, this is where giants shine, I guess. Merfolk are going to get deleted. Of course, Merfolk aren't really rotation proof anyways, right? Yeah, that's going to be super annoying to get hit with. Calling it now. I'm going to get super mad at that card. Wicked Wolf. 4 mana, it is a rare 3/3. When Wicked Wolf enters the battlefield, if that fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Okay. Sacrifice food, put a +1/+1 counter on Wicked Wolf. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. Okay, so you want to do this when your opponent goes to attack, right? So you can gain the indestructible, block with it, and get the counter. You know what? From all these counters coming out, I'm thinking a Proliferate deck might be coming back into the works. There are like literally so many Proliferate like opportunities here, right? Maybe I just want Proliferate to be good. Maybe that's my own problem. Alright, we'll throw this as a maybe in the mono green because it does seem seems decent. Also, it could probably go into the food deck. Where's food deck? Yeah, so we'll say maybe here as well. Yeah, wait, what are all these cards? So many cards I just haven't seen. Blow Your House Down. Wow. 3 mana. It is a common. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Cool. Destroy any of them that are walls. Ow. I mean, you'll probably see this in draft as a 1 or 2 of as a combat trick for those aggro draft decks, right? Embercleave, 6 mana, legendary artifact equipment with flash. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. That's why it has flash. Okay. Enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Okay, so you swing in, you reduce the cost of this to 2, hopefully, or maybe 3, right? Play it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has double strike and trample. Holy moly. I'm trying to think of a quick way you could sneak this in and just obliterate your opponent. Maybe an Rakdos deck where you give this to Rotting Regisaur really early. But you still have to have the double black, or the double green, not double black. Could you do that? How early could you kill your opponent with this? Just like out of surprise. Because Rotting Regisaur, if you put this on Rotting Regisaur, it deals 16 damage, so you'll only have needed to deal 4 damage prior to playing this. And you can play this, theoretically, let's see, you have 3 attackers, reduces the cost of this to 3. So yeah, you can play this by turn 4, right? So you could do a turn 4 victory with Embercleave and Rotting Regisaur, and a combo of, you know, other cards. So we do Embercleave for victory. You might be able to get a turn 3 victory out of it, but, you know, realistically, on average, you'd probably be closer to a turn 4 most of the time. Now let's check back on chat and make sure. Sorry guys, I've got to go. Have fun. Yeah, Jeff, it was awesome to have you out, man. I'm sorry I missed the whole conversation out here with you in chat, though. I feel a little bit bad about that. Maybe I do need to figure out a way to keep up with chat a wee bit better. So let's see. Time to go brew and anti-mono green and anti-cool deck. Control time, baby. No, Arrow, don't do it. I really love Embercleave. Also, Boros seems good with it. Yeah. Embercleave just seems like the potential with it seems really good. Alright, Wishclaw Talisman. 2 mana, 1 and a black artifact. It is a rare card. There's a battlefield with 3 wish counters on it. Okay. So yeah, like there's just so many things with counters on them, right? Because we have this, we have that the thing that adds knowledge counters or whatever it is, right? You know, you have general planeswalkers, you have a ton of creatures that have counters. It just seems like they're like, hey, you guys, remember proliferate? Here it is. Here's all the mechanics you wanted with it when it actually came out 3 sets ago. Shit, it's been 3 sets since RNA. Anyways, for 1 mana, you can tap it, remove a wish counter, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. An opponent gains control of Wishclaw Talisman. Okay, so maybe you don't want to be proliferating this, right? You proliferate it just to make sure your opponent gets it. Because with 3 counters, that means you get 2 cards, your opponent gets 1 card, right? That's not a bad trade. Your first card, you get removal or counter or whatever you think you're going to need to deal with whatever card they get, and then the second time you get whatever card you actually want. Alright, so Questing Beast. 4 mana. It is a mythic rare. Has Vigilance, Death Touch, and Haste. What? Okay, so time out. Ignore literally the entire rest of this fucking card. 4 mana for a 4/4 with Vigilance, Death Touch, and Haste. That's solid. That's a fucking card right there, you know? Alright, so Questing Beast also can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Great, that sounds fantastic. So no chum blocking it, I guess. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. Okay, cool. And whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls. Holy shit. That's good. That's really good, yeah? Okay. Okame Ranger. 4 mana of green or white. And it does have an adventure sorcery speed, which is also costs 4 mana of either green or white. That reads, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. And then once we play it, we can tap it, and creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. This, I don't know for sure, but it may be okay in that Archon deck that we were throwing together. So let's do this, and we'll put a maybe there. Look at all these deck ideas we have. Man, I think I'm going to copy and paste this into the Discord, so if anybody wants to like start fleshing out these decks alongside me, you know, by all means, y'all can, because goodness gracious, there's a ton. Doom Foretold. 4 mana enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-land, non-token permanent. If that player can't, they discard a card. They lose 2 life. You draw a card, you gain 2 life. You create a 2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Then you sacrifice Doom. Oh, okay, so it's a one-time effect, kind of. Like it's recurring until the one time. But that's awesome. So yeah, Esper artifact enchantments. Gonna be really good as well. Alright. I definitely don't want to forget about this card, so we're going to put it in the honorable mentions, right? Interesting cards to note. Because that's a card that we probably do want to have a deck. Like, we want to have it in the deck, but I'm not quite sure what deck right now, so. Murderous Rider, Zombie Knight, 3 mana, 1 and 2 black. It is a rare card, and it does have an adventure, instant speed with it. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. You lose 2 life. I mean, that's not bad, right? 3 mana, instant speed. Basically a murder built in. That also can select planeswalkers, so that's, you know, solid. And then this creature itself has lifelink, so it can already gain you the 2 life that you lost right back. And then whenever it dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. So it doesn't even permanently die. Oh my god. Oh. That art though. That art though. Alright, copy this. I mean, I think this goes in Reanimate. Maybe it goes in Reanimate. Lurker of the... Oh no. What did I do? Control Z. Lurker of the Lock. Murderous Rider. This might also go into our night decks. What? Why is it spacing this so weird? Like whenever I paste it, it's like going down one. When I hit backspace, it's just being weird right now. Let's give those a space so I can read it a little bit better. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Joust, sorcery speed, 2 mana, 1 and a red. Choose target creature you control. Target creature you don't control. The creature you control gets +2/+1 until end of turn if it's a knight. Then those creatures fight each other. Okay, so maybe. Now it is red, so it won't be able to go into our Orzhov Knights. Just our Mardu. Jousting Dummy, Scarecrow Knight. 3 mana, Jousting Dummy gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's a 2/1. Maybe in a Pauper Knight deck, something like that. Brimstone Trebuchet, 3 mana, artifact creature, wall, defender, reach. Has 1/3. We can tap it and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever a knight enters the battlefield under your control, untap Brimstone Trebuchet. I mean, seems like a fun little janky build around, kinda. Hence the kinda there. Burning Yard Trainer. 5 mana, creature, human knight for a 3/3. It is uncommon, has trample and haste. When Burning Yard Trainer enters the battlefield, another target knight you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample and haste until end of turn. Maybe in the Mardu Knights. There's a lot of cards for Mardu Knights. A lot of cards we're going to have to sift through. Once Upon a Time, 2 mana, 1 and a green, instant speed. It is a rare card. It's a spell. It's the first spell you've cast this game. So the very first spell is an instant speed spell. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Cool. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or a land from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest into the bottom of the library in order. Cool. I think this would go in the mono green deck. I think. This organization system is not panning out. Okay, then we have the Planeswalkers decks, and then it's all the Brawl pre-constructed, which we've all seen those. Alright, so turn into a pumpkin. 4 mana. Instant speed spell. It is a uncommon. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. 4 mana. Return target non-land. For at least 3 mana, cast. Create a food token. I don't think it'll make the cut into our food deck, but you never know. So we'll put it on there. Turn into a pumpkin. Oh, I love how everything is fairy tale like themed. That is just, it's just awesome. I really enjoy the theme of this set. Enchanted Carriage, 5 mana. Artifact vehicle. When Enchanted Carriage enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white mouse creature tokens. Cool. And then crew of 2. I don't see us using it anywhere, even in our Azorius artifact deck. Return to nature? Okay, so it's like the chariot got broke. Yeah, the carriage got broke. Return to nature. We've already had this card actually in standard. It's just getting updated art. So destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, or exile target card from a graveyard. I mean, I think it's going to be much more useful this time around than it was previously in the past. Wildwood Tracker, 1 green mana. It is a common and it comes down as a 1/1. Whenever Wildwood Tracker attacks or blocks, if you control another non-human creature, Wildwood Tracker gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. Maybe you see that card in draft. Maybe. Wicked Guardian, gonna be a common as well. 4 mana, 3 and a black. When Wicked Guardian enters the battlefield, you may have it deal 2 damage to another creature you control. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, so that's a draft. That's a draft deck. Fairy Godmother. Okay, alright. I like it, I like it. Nice interpretation. Does have an adventure sorcery speed with it. 2 mana, 1 and a white. That reads target creature gets +2/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. For a 1 mana card. And it has 1/1 flying. I don't know about that. The Royal Scions. Okay, so this is like 2 planeswalkers in 1, right? Will and Rowan. So 3 mana for these, I don't know. This planeswalker card, these planeswalkers on this single card, whatever you want to call it. So for +1, draw a card, then discard a card. Seems really good for our wizards just immediately for those draw decks. Literally seems fantastic. +1, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. Seems cool. Then -8, draw 4 cards. When you do, the Royal Scions deal damage to any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. Ooh, that seems like it can get spicy. Alright, so throw the Royal Scions. The Royal Scions. I'll also throw it in this draw deck and into the draw deck down here that we have. I don't know if we'll actually play it that much. Oh! Do I like their art better or our art better? I don't know. Mystical Dispute, 3 mana, 2 and a blue. It is an instant speed. The spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a blue spell. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. You might see this, especially in like sideboard for best of 3. Draft, you will probably see it. I don't know about standard constructed outside of best of 3. Like, I don't know if you'll see it in best of 1 or not. I don't know. Oko the Trickster. This is going to be one of the planeswalkers from the planeswalkers decks. Right. 6 mana, legendary planeswalker, +1. You can put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature you control. Okay. 0 until end of turn. Oko the Trickster becomes a copy of target creature you control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. Seems interesting. And then -7 until end of turn. Each creature you control has base power and toughness 10/10 and gains trample. Cool. Oko seems fun. Rowan, Fearless Spark Mage. 5 mana. Legendary planeswalker, +1 up to 1 target creature gains +3 and +0 and gains first strike until end of turn. -2, Rowan Fearless Spark Mage deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures can't block this turn. And then -9, gain control of all creatures until end of turn. Untap them, they gain haste until end of turn. That's fun. That's really fun. Then we have these cards that allow you to go find them, whether they're in their library or graveyard, right? Every single one of them, that's what it's going to be focused on. So whenever it enters the battlefield, go find it, right? Reveal it, add it to your hands, or shuffle your library, or whatever. Comes down as a 5/2. All of these are going to be rares. Why they're rares, why this is a continuous thing for Magic, I have no idea. If someone could explain it, that would be fantastic. I don't know why you know, maybe it's specifically for Paper Magic, but as far as MTG Arena goes, these cards are not really ever good. Rowan's Battle Guard, 4 mana, first strike on 3/3. That's not terrible, and it also gets +3/+0 if you have a Rowan's. Planeswalker's down. I don't know. Probably won't ever see it. You might. You just might, maybe, here or there. Oko's Accomplices, 2/3 flyer. For 3 mana. Garrison Griffin, 3 mana. Whenever it attacks, target knight you control gains flying until end of turn. Very specific. Again, you probably won't see a lot of these cards that often. Bramblefort, if you see any of them, it'll be the Planeswalkers, right? Bramblefort Fink, 2 mana. Jesus Christ. My throat. 2 mana creature, it's a... I don't know what it is. Anyways, for 8 mana, has base power and toughness 10/10 until end of turn. Activate this ability only if you control an Oko Planeswalker. Okay. Okay. I'm sure you'll be seeing that used all the time. Oko's Hospitality, 5 mana. Creatures you control have base power and toughness 3/3 until end of turn. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Oko. The trickster, reveal it, put it into your hand, search your library this way, shuffle it. Cool. Then we have Thornwood Falls and Windscarred Crag coming back as lands, I guess. And then all the Brawl pre-constructed cards that we've already seen, right? Keep the Fables, all that fun stuff that we've already sort of been looking at and playing with in our mods. So that's everything. That's finally it. Goodness gracious. Can't believe how many we went through today. Literally almost an entire set of just me talking and explaining cards and jotting down ideas. And again, all of these cards that I have here, they may not make the deck, but I wanted to have them all singled out so I knew as a quick point of reference where to go back to in order to see it. You haven't finished checking stuff. I'm gonna go now, Chance. Alright, you're good, Arrow. Take it easy. Questing Beast is so beautiful. Yes, it looks like such a good card. By the way, can be a Brawl commander. Oh yeah. Questing Beast is gonna be seen way too often. There's a 4 mana Boros enchantment that creates tokens every turn at random. It's so good. Outlaw Merriment is the name. Yeah, I was actually just reading on that. The only thing that kind of bummed me out is that they weren't knights, right? If they were knights, I would have been like heavenly. Where the hell is it? There we go. Yeah, 4 mana enchantment. 3/1 trample and haste, lifelink and haste, or when enters battlefield, deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, Outlaw's berry, but it's gonna be a fun one. Alrighty, so we have so many decks to build out here, so many. What's one y'all want to start on? Which one we should start on? I don't want to start on the Knights. I'm kind of excited for the Archon deck, honestly. Not even gonna lie, that's it's like right up my alley. You know what we may do, because I've literally been like going to sleep on stream here. Get that right. Okay. I mean, the Chandra Big Red was the first deck idea that I copied down some because I loaded up the spoilers, you know, however long ago and saw it. Doesn't mean necessarily that's the one that I want to do. Magic Mirror. Yeah, so Magic Mirror is the one with the knowledge counter on it. We could start with something not so serious like the Grumgully Goblin deck. The food deck, both those seem pretty fun. Pretty fun, not too intense, right? Not too intense to make or any of that. I don't know. Holy fuck, it's already 6 o'clock. All I'm brewing is Brawl decks. I'm just not interested in the control slog that will be standard. Yeah, it's gonna be a slugfest. That's for sure. Oh man. Let's do display capture. Image 3. Hi. I'm tired. I'm beat. Um, yeah, I think I may go ahead and call it for a stream today. I really want to get started on these decks, but I also feel like very accomplished in the fact that I actually went through all the cards, got everything typed out. But this, like, looking at this right now, it's just like, you know what, Chance? That's a lot. And I know whenever I come back to it, I'll be like, all right, we'll start with this one. And the cool thing about Notepad is I can use these little lines, right, and just sort of mark it out. So, yeah, what I am going to go ahead and do just immediately is copy this whole list. And I'm going to throw it in the Discord somewhere. Where do I throw this? What do y'all think? Deck suggestions? You could also just throw it in announcements, so that way it doesn't get bogged down. How about that? Your message is too long. How are you gonna tell me my message is too long in my own Discord? What? What kind of shenanigans is that, right? Yes, sir. Sorry, we know it's yours, and you're the one running it, but we can't allow that many words. Okay. So we'll do it like this. I mean, sure, it makes sense so that way people can't troll, but like, if you're trolling your own Discord, what are you doing? You know, people are just gonna fucking leave. Come on, Discord. Alright, so I have all of that copied into the Discord. Now, for any of those of you who are not in the Discord, I believe that it's down below, but just in case it's not, just in case. Never and no limit, generate a new link. We're going to copy this. I'm going to immediately post it over here. Alright. So that's for everyone that's interested in either A, joining the Discord, or B, you know, getting a copy of all those decks that I sort of had typed out. And granted, they're not fully fleshed out. It will at least give you something to sort of go off of, right? You'll have a reference point with all the cards that are sort of aligned with what the kind of deck I was making. But anyways, yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I always enjoy these Wednesday live streams where I just get to play Magic and everyone comes out and we just have a good old time. I was super happy to see Jeff out here. Actually, he's been popping up in a lot more videos. I'm guessing he had a little bit of free time. Although hearing about him opening 2 more businesses, man, that's rough. So yeah. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below. And as always, I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.